You've absolutely wowed all the press that have been here today by your helpfulness and your agreeing to do interviews. But you do have this reputation about being very fierce with the press. Why do you think that is?
Well, I think it's because usually gossip columnists, since I never talk to them and have, I think, an open disregard for their lifestyle and their, what I would consider to be the idiocy of their interests. I think they resent it, and then since I don't write things, they'll make it up anyway, and they write all kinds of nasty things. But I don't care. It doesn't really matter. It hasn't shortened my life any. I still have just as much fun.
Do you ever worry about portraying these very violent characters who are also rather glamorous? Does that ever worry you at all?
No, I think that violence in the human animal. Jane Goodall they've done a number of studies on animals, and there are scientists who are very interested in the question of human violence. And
are you interested in that question?
well, I've read all the books there are. I always want to call him Malmud, and that's not his name. Arthur Kessler's book called The Ghost in the Machine, and Conrad Lawrence wrote some books, one called On Aggression, which was especially revealing, and there have been books by Robert Audrey's on African Genesis and Territorial Imperative and The Naked Ape, and there are many, many questions and few answers as to why we are a violent species, why we go to war, and why we commit violence on one another. And I think without a full understanding and comprehension of its motivations, we cannot identify the problem. And if you can't identify the problem, of course, you can't find any solution. But that's only one part of the problems that confront us. I suppose the economic problems are equally as important, and pollution and overdevelopment and overpopulation and the misuse of raw materials are all equally important and lend themselves to the creation of an insoluble problem.